watching All Things Middle Earth, he's starting season 3 and are obviously already in season 3 using Balin, Haldir, Frodo and Sam, Elrond, Celeborn, and one more I think. I can't remember who. But I've tried to make Balin work. Just not impressed with him. He is honestly a T2 weaker Dwalin. There are some things that he does interesting with, but even with good gear at level 50, I'm using him on my free-to-play Rohan account. Got him level 50. He just doesn't impress. Got him on my main account, level 48 with some gold gear and Erebor T4s, and he's just not impressing me. So anyways, I got today, I did a 50 Mathom Chest, which I wish I would have done on, on recording, but I unlocked an Elro here, which already had like R2 or 3, I think. I unlocked Amber, which already had R5, so he's up to R6. And then I full pulled an Aragorn 2, which I already had at like 8,000 out of 9,000, so he got up to R4. So that was a nice 3-banger. I wish I would have had him on. Let's see what's going on here. So this is what I want to see. This is what, honestly, I really, really want to see. So I want Arwen to be one of my starting commanders, because I'm likely going Rohan, but there's a pinch of a chance I'm going to go Arnor, because I really like Arnor's starting position, which sounds kind of like, it sounds, sounds silly considering where there are on the map, but I think Arnor has one of the best starting locations in terms of an overall balance of resources. They have a couple monuments here that give you abilities. And they're just nice because they're away from generally speaking, your heavy hitters. Erebor, Mordor, Gondor, Rohan. They come across Angmar and Lindon, which is true, but I have a small inkling that Angmar might not be as busy with the new Gundabad coming into play in the Variogs. So I'm looking forward to trying that, and if I don't, I'm going to go Rohan as a promise I made to my current fellowship. Anyways, I decided that I'm going to be playing with commanders. Gandalf starting, which is almost a no-brainer because of how solid he is. He's ridiculously solid. Not to be funny sounding, he's just too solid. He's too good, especially with the equipment I have on him. A high additional sustain, the guaranteed madness for the enemy, bonus focus, and then focus with an attack increase, and then allied damage dealt. And he's a respect 7, fully imparted wisdom. So at level 50, he has, I can put solid points in here just for against PvE tiles. And then with how many people talking about how much the difficulty's been turned up for the tiles for S3 and how they kind of seem scarcer. On top of the not having additional free troops from season 1, I want to go Arwen. My Arwen is respect 7 as well. I think she's the same now. Respect 7, fully imparted wisdom. I'm getting some familiarity here on her equipment. I've got a Carver for the focus, the attack increase, the men allied strength, Elven Cloak, focus, speed, army HP. Getting her resistance up. I really like this cloak. And then Trapper's Hood for the focus, the speed, and the hysteria, and then a sustain to buff her healing, which is bottom R1, all of R5, and then just for a chance to stun and a little bit of commander damage. Although in season 3, I'll probably just go focus in on the coalition just to try to go for a full boost. And then today, like I said, I just pulled Aragorn, and I shed my Gimli of all its good gear, and I slapped it right on Aragorn. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. So in fact, let's see the reports here. Oh wait, so he... And then actually also I modified my Dwalin, because Dwalin's going to be the third commander I want to start with. And I shed my Dane. I like Dane, but Dane has no sustain. Ha, yeah, no sustain Dane. That's actually not a bad joke. No sustain Dane. He doesn't. He's great, but he's just, for how allegedly tough the beginning is going to be, I really, really like Dwalin. And I'll show you a report earlier that I just thought was awesome. So this is a 50 Dwalin versus a 50 Eowyn. Dwalin obviously typically has a better build. So at the time, this is the equipment I was using. I was using a battle axe. Not the best effect, but I wasn't paying too much attention for it. Fully strengthened scale mill, a cask with Aegis, which doesn't, I mean, it's just the might and the speed in this case, but anyways, and then a Hithlane for Mend. And the Mend works really well in tandem with his musician tree, relief and level-headed. But anyways, and then I've kind of got him like a 60% focus, and this build I got him a 60% heal focus and then a 40% damage build focus. But I actually think it works really freaking well, because looking at the damage here, we took 800 dead, 500 wounded, compared to 800 wounded, 1,300 dead. So we took, in this case, we killed almost double the troops. But look at the healing. The healing was 70,000 compared to her 50,000. And I think that was only possible with that Hithlane. But anyways, that just gave me like a lot of, that's interesting to be able to go up against. And his Eowyn isn't like stacked. I mean, his helmet and chest piece are high strengthened, so that's solid, or hers. And her scimitar is interesting. I don't know why you'd want to go flay on a... I guess there is at least the one damage thing. Take 7 points off there and just go right into Shield Maiden. But, I don't know. Anyways, I like seeing that he could with the right equipment, he could out-heal an Eowyn, which is guaranteed 30% every turn on top of his accessory, which is critical care. So it was just like, you know what? I think there's a lot more potential there to keep him viable for Season 3, but I'm going to have to go all in on him. So I shed the Dane train of all its gold gear, and I plopped it onto Dwalin. So I've got my level 5 strength and Hammer of Moria with lethal weapon. I've got the vulnerability, which reduces enemy defense, rock and roll. Aegis for stun and madness defense, which I need to keep getting up. But I really look forward to getting this as high as possible. I mean, this is going to be great. And then I actually changed my Airborne Pride. My Airborne Pride was actually Arid Loon formation, which is an increase to, unit damage affected by the might stat. But I actually think Iron Guard, this could turn Dwalin into even more superb of a commander, because if I can get this up to 36%, or even now, but if I can get it up to max refined on top of his already pretty solid heals and defense, he's going to be able to go toe-to-toe with some bad mamma jammas. I'm looking forward to proving that, but that's just my hypothesis with his high damage output, his enemy defense reduction, his stun and madness immunity potential, and then his just continued every round healing. So really looking forward to putting more focus towards Dwalin as a commander. So those are my three I'm going to start with. Gandalf, pretty much fully kitted. Looking forward to getting him the last few points in here, and then he'll be ready to go. And then Arwen, I'll be focusing on getting this strengthened and refined up to max, getting this strengthened and refined up to max, strength and refined up to max, and then that's probably just going to sit where it's at, just because the likelihood of me being able to get that many Elven Cloaks or gold items is not likely. At one point, depending on how the season goes, I might swap her into something else. I've thought about doing a fully refined scale mail with maybe Guard, or even Play to the Citadel with Barrier, to where there's a men defense, there's a focus preference, and then there's Barrier. So that's on my thought process, but you know what? I might just do that, because he's already going to get a better focus. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then Aragorn, who like I said, I had him like 8,500 out of 9,000, and I just full pulled him, and I'm going to try him out, because if you look at this, like, where's regular Aragorn? So this is kind of funny. Regular Aragorn is 2.1 to 1 to 1.62. And it has, remarkably, for the majority, the same skills. But the Aragorn King of Men is just simply better stat-wise. You're thinking, okay, well, he's better stat-wise. That doesn't mean his skills are. If he has the bulk of his attack skills the same, then there's no point to worry about using him. Like, there'd be no point not to use him. So if his skills are the same as far as his combat focus, and then his stats are just higher because of the fact that he's a T3, then I would like to see if we can just put good equipment on him, put him out in the field, and see if he can, put out some good fights. Eventually, I'd like to maybe worry about getting him into, Return of the King is going to be something I want to focus on, but some people have told me, like, maybe don't really worry too much about his support trees, which I'll tinker with that as I go. How did he do? 16,000. I mean, heck, wow, there is some healing. Why? Because I put... Oh, that's right, the hit lanes on him. So, Faramir just... What did Faramir do? 25,000, 23,000. So he's already outscaling... I mean, I don't know how anybody feels about that. He's already outscaling T3 troops, at least in regards to that damage at that point. So, flanking, 480... We're getting initiative and rush, which is great for cavalry. I mean, cavalry probably doesn't even need it, but that's sort of besides the point here. And we want to have fun. Too many times I worry about how efficient something is. Thanks to All Things Middle-earth, I realized that if I'm going to make Season 3 my last season, and that's as much because it's my wedding coming up as it is, it has been a little less fun. I mean, the toxicity and the egos and the blah blah blahs have made it not as fun as it could have been. So, and we're gonna do some more Mathoms. Just because I was so happy with the 3 I got. We're trying to get Arwen up to respect 10. We need that for Gandalf. We need that for Dane. This would be good for, in a sense, would be good for Faramir, but I think I want to just buff him up on might too. We're trying to get Aragorn to R10. Is that on my wish list though? It's not. Interesting. Oh god, that'd be so good on his. Be good on Aragorn, but we're gonna focus. Actually, no, because Aragorn's using the bow. That's right. 3 of those. Yep, we needed that. Let's take a quick break here. And nothing too crazy there. As far as the hand goes, here. You know what? Let's clear a little bit of this out. We got to impart some more wisdom to our king. This makes you want to play as Arnor even more. It really does. So I've got mass. I mean, I impart wisdom on everybody I can get my hands on. I love that. I love huge. You got to have extra skill points. Okay. Okay, so we're not doing too bad. So he's almost to level 4, or almost respect, or impart wisdom 4, so that's great. So we're going to go up to big boy here. And we're looking for another this, another this. Let's see how he did here. So he didn't do too bad. He really didn't. 24, and then I mean, obviously 4 levels low, but I mean T1, T2 compared to T3, so it's not like that surprising. Little hit lane sustain, excuse me. I mean, obviously, oh, soldier damage outscaled him, so that's good. And then let's just look at our AMR, because we sent him to go kick buffs. This is just a test build. I like to see how many commanders I can get to level 50 by end of season. Yeah, I've said it previously. Inspiration really needs to be swapped with Open Wound to where you get 2 full combat trees like Dwalin, but they're different combat trees. They're Frightened and they're Open Wound, which Dwalin doesn't have, and then Revivalist, so it makes him different than Dwalin. It's not a cookie-cutter commander, and I think that'd be really cool. But they chose not to do that, which is unfortunate. So back out of there. And yeah, so we're going to be finishing, I'm going to role play season 3, and its last cutoff is March 2nd, so I'll be getting some time off for that. And let's go back into here. This is cleaned up. I really like the Swan Helm. This will be great. I wish I could get it with where is it? Resolve of Men. Resolve of Men for the stun immunity would be awesome. But we'll take what we can get. Move to hand here, see what we got going on. Flay's gonna be our Flay's gonna be our frickin' go-to just because of the damage or the melee ignore. So let's see here. Get that strength at next level for Eowyn. Cleans up our inventory a little bit. We move to armor. We need 2 more pieces for the refine, for the final level refine. 1 more piece for this for the final level refine. And then 2 more pieces for the final level refine. And then I'm actually not, I kind of like that. I don't know how I feel. We'll see though. So 1, 2. So we've got 2 and then 1. So we're almost ready to get that to level. We need 5 more pieces that we're willing to trade up. And then I've been thinking about getting this golden skin. I really have. I like the Contemplate a lot. That's pretty crazy. As far as maybe, but see, if it's me my last season, foreseeably, then I don't know if I would want to like hold on to it just in the off chance that maybe I can get like, I don't know, 12 of those. Thinking I want to take these 2 and strengthen this. Thinking I do. But the part of me wants to save so I can strengthen this. But now the nice thing is now we have 2 more of these, so we can go ahead and refine this. Gets us a little more, 6% more healing. We'd like that a lot. That cleans up our inventory. So does this offer husbandry? I don't think it does. No, I like this though. I like the mend. This is the best. This is arguably the best freaking accessory for purple, just because it's more usable than the. Well, I mean, it's not more usable than the sustain, but it offers you might, focus, HP, and the heal, so which is great. Let's go for the last couple. That's what we needed. We got it. Very fortunate. 3 for 3, boy. It's a draw, but what kind of draw? Yeah, that healing is awesome. The soldier damage is there, which is great. Granted, she's got a weapon that's not even remotely applicable to dwarves, but That's okay. Let's look at R1. She's nearly up there. And Big Boy's nearly up there. So I'm curious to see what their stats are going to look like max 50 at these current... You know, I think I am, man. Yeah. $22, $18, $8. We'll do 10 more in a sec here. And we're gonna do some commander buffing. I like watching this kind of stuff. I don't know if anybody else does, but I enjoy it. Almost level 5, old man. How many times do we have to tell you? Elrond, which I've heard he's just not that good. Hugo Weaving's a very favorite actor of mine, and we almost have him unlocked. So for the sake of, like, why the hell wouldn't we? He's already R5, so we're gonna just swap that over. And we're gonna go to, like we said, we're getting Halder up to R10, just for the access to his item, and we're definitely working on getting Faramir up to R10. And I'm gonna get him R15 if I can. He doesn't even really need to be R15. That's the funny thing. He does not have that many skills that you need to go into. And then there are commanders that I need to figure out what I'm doing. So R1 I think is kitted fine for what I want. Dwalin kitted fine for what I want. I'm very okay with King Aragorn. This could be a build we could use for Theoden, maybe as a start to push a midterm or mid game, mid season. That's not bad. I've got one of those. We'll take it. That's not bad either. I think actually that's I think that's the one I wanted on there as far as an effect goes. So I had Motivate, which, Yeah, that's the one I wanted on there. If I told myself I was going to do it, if I told myself if I was going to keep that one and build it up, which I'm not sure if I will, because I've got Dwalin's twin axes, but I've already got him with a fully strengthened Hammer of Moria, and I actually like Lethal Commander on there quite a bit. So I think I'll just save those and perhaps go into those, or use them to Axe of Khazad-dûm, because I actually really like the panic chance. Only goes up to 50%, but I like that a lot. That's something we wanted. Definitely. Perfect. Another Wynyard. And then go do some Impart Wisdom. Try to finish up our king. I think we're still too far out. Holy crap. Just enough. GG, dude. Almost, man. Almost. So hyped. I'm gonna give it, like I said, this is gonna be to have some fun. You know, PvP is all good and well, but if I get trapped into a corner, I'll just sit out there with a madness and injecting Gandalf and just piss people off that way. So I'm looking to have some fun for Season 3, and that's why I want to go Faramir, and I want to go King Aragorn. And just take my time, man. Have a good time, have fun. Don't always have to be the most. I'm realizing that more and more as I play. Have this guy's Witch King come at me. It's reasonably equipped. Level 50, R5, I take it. Reasonably equipped. And he slugged up against my Gimli, which didn't have any freaking stun or madness immunity. Who knows? But actually, I count this as a win. Even though they're T4, I mean, I killed 700, I wounded 700 more troops and then killed 1,000 more. He would be out of the fight longer than I would, because I typically don't use T4s. Now that probably would have changed the outcome, but killing 1,000 more troops and wounding 700 more, I take that as a win. I really do. Could not be that much, sweet. 2 points, 1 point. Ba, 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 dun, 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 dun. So, how did Big Boy do? It's not bad at all. I like the look of that Arnor cask, but there's, to me, just not as many. Although warding, now that I think about it, warding wouldn't be bad, but... See how you did, guys. Once again, 56, 100 grand. That's so silly that her focus is actually that low. For a T2, her focus should be like 2. We're going to get him to 400. We're going to get DeWall to 400 easy. Micro heal. Micro aggression. I like how for now we're still going up a little bit each. We're still going up like about 1 level every scrap, every fight. This actually is one of the most balanced. He really is balanced. He's got really good like overall stats. It would be bad if I could see his strength at like 1.75. That'd be really cool. But his focus is almost 2, which is ridiculous that his focus is higher than Arwen, who is a T2. And now look at that. And his speed's only a little bit lower than Eowyn's. Higher than Boromir's. What about our homeboy, the Red Arrow? Lower than her gods is actually higher than I remembered or thought. But then his might and focus are very meh. Yeah, I think we're gonna have some fun with Faramir. Glanced at it and then put it away. That's not bad. Once again, T3s, but let's see here. Oh, Amber just got back. It's so tedious to send people out. I wish there was a script that they would implement to allow you to sweep until your stamina is empty. Would not mind putting an additional bone mask if I can get one on him. That'd be pretty badass. Might focus for some heals, for some whatever else is, and the hysteria would be so good. It's alright. It's not bad gear. So he's got him R1 like completely pushed. And you're only getting 2 actual attack skills. You're actually getting way more. But that Theoden isn't that great with how it's geared out. I mean, oh, come on. Okay, no wonder he did as well as he did. It's got no heal on him. It's got no guaranteed heals. All right, that's where we'll end it, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a nice afternoon.